Hi guys, and welcome to this video. My name is April Faith, and today we'll be applying for fashion design at the Fashion Institute of Technology, also known as FIT. Just kidding. Please refer to it as FIT because FIT students do get butthurt when you call it FIT. I know I was one of those seniors/freshmen who kept calling it FIT for the longest time, and it wasn't until I overheard somebody else getting criticized for calling it FIT. So do yourself a favor and don't be like me. Call it FIT because that's already the first lesson of the day. Anyways, let's get started. First, I want to mention that because this application process is so long, I actually had to break it up into 4 videos. This first video that you're already watching is going to cover the basics and the outline of the entire application process. The second video is going to be about the FIT application process and a breakdown of what that's going to look like. The third video is going to solely focus on the portfolio requirements. And lastly, the fourth video is going to be a Q&A session, so if you have any questions, please feel free to pause any of the videos and leave your questions down below. And I'm sure that somebody else is probably thinking the same thing you are. But in the meantime, let's cover the basics in this video. When it comes to applying for FIT, knowing the basics of what you need is a great way to start. By watching this video, you're already one step closer to where you were before. So congrats! But that doesn't mean you can start partying. Not just yet. Anyway, today we're going to outline what the application looks like, starting with the deadlines. Deadlines are vital dates that you need to keep in mind, especially if you still need to plan out and strategize the days ahead of you. It really all depends on which semester you're applying to.
The SUNY deadline for the fall semester is January 1st. The SUNY deadline for the spring semester is October 1st. The FIT application deadline for the fall semester is February 1st. The FIT application deadline for the spring semester is November 1st.
Did you get that in your calendar? No? Why not? Here, let's do it together. I have my phone with me and we can just get that out of the way.
Okay, so we're gonna go to our main screen, into the calendars, and we're gonna start a new event. Let's go ahead and put it on all caps as the FIT application deadline. And it's an all-day event, super crucial but it's not in September. We're gonna do February 1st because a lot of students do apply for the fall semester. We're gonna be one of those students, and it's gonna be for 2018. Done. Ends February 18 as well. And then let's go ahead and do an alert so we know that we have a week. But you know, since we have this in a calendar, we should already keep that in mind. And then if we scroll all the way to February 1st, there it is. All done! Yay!
So, now that you have that in your calendar, let's move on to the application process. Technically, there's only 2 steps you need to do. Technically. The SUNY application and the FIT application. It's a little bit misleading because once we break down the FIT application, you might get a little overwhelmed. And if you don't, let me know that I'm being too overly dramatic about this and that I should stop scaring people about this FIT application process. I mean, when I was doing my research earlier to make sure that I got my facts straight, I got a little bit overwhelmed looking over everything, and it felt like I was applying for a FIT all over again. But anyway, let's look at the SUNY application first before the overwhelming part. So you're probably wondering, what's a SUNY application? Well, because FIT is a state university of New York, hence SUNY, you need to fill out the SUNY application. This part is super fast and easy. All you really need to do is just type in your basic information, submit the application fee, and your transcript, and that's it. For the transcript, all you really need to do is just coordinate that with your guidance counselor, whether you want to submit it via mail or electronically, and Yeah, super easy. You can probably do this right after watching this video and just get it out of the way. And 7 to 10 days later, you'll get 2 emails of 1 verifying that they received your application and 2 getting your FIT username and password. But if you're an international student or a transfer student, you may have additional forms to fill out. So with that, I'm not too familiar in that aspect. If you want to leave your process and comments down below, let us know how it goes. But to sum it up, the SUNY application is super faster and super easier than the FIT application. Speaking of which, let's do a mini breakdown of what that's gonna look like and why I kind of overly dramatically talked about it earlier. So in your FIT application, you'll have 4 parts to do. The first part is an admissions essay. The second part is your transcript submission. The third part is the ACT/SAT score submission. And lastly, you have the 4th part, which is the portfolio. Does that sound like a lot? No? Not really? Well, there's a reason why I only have 1 video specifically for part 4, which is the portfolio. The portfolio actually has 4 parts to it too. The first part is actually another essay. The second part is actually Project 1, which is a mix and match assignment. Part 3, which is Project 2, means you get to design 4 garments of your choice. Part 4, which is Project 3, is the sewing aspect to it. I don't know why I broke it down like that, but you have technically 8 assignments to do on top of the FIT applications. I mean, not to mention that for parts 2 and 3, which is Project 1 and 2, you need front and back views for all of your sketches, fabric swatches, and descriptions of those swatches, and descriptions of your sketches from where you get your inspiration from. But don't worry, if you feel a little bit overwhelmed, it only means that you care. So to help, let's review what you've learned so far. The first thing I mentioned was making sure that you call the Fashion Institute of Technology FIT and not FIT. The second thing I mentioned was the deadlines. Since we put in our calendars together, we're good to go with that. The third thing that I mentioned is the SUNY application and how fast and easy it is to do. Again, I highly recommend you doing it as soon as possible and even after this video so you can get your FIT username and password. The fourth thing that I mentioned is the FIT application and all the requirements you need to do. But don't worry, the next 2 videos are going to cover it in detail what you need to do step by step. That's not too bad, right? Anyway, I just wanted to briefly mention to you that I was a FIT student tour guide. You're probably wondering, okay, so what? Aren't we done here? Well, if you care about where you're getting your research from and how much credibility they are, I would listen. So knowing that I was an FIT student tour guide, it means that I attended countless FIT admission seminars. Not only that, but I was also one of the guest speakers in the seminars that spoke to an international audience about how I got into FIT. So what does that mean for you? It means that I have juicy secrets to share, and the best part is you didn't even have to commute, drive, or even fly to New York for this type of information. So if you keep watching these videos, it may just help increase your chances of getting accepted. But let's set the record straight. I'm not guaranteeing you anything. It's really up to you to put in the time and effort and the work into your application in order to get yourself accepted. But don't worry, breathe, and it's okay. Because I'm here to make your life just a little bit easier and you can do this in a much more smoother and calmer way.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful in terms of covering the basics to applying for fashion design at FIT. The next video will be out next week, so please stay tuned for more information.
Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching this video. I'm excited to see you in the next one. Bye!